So today we're doing something fun that I have been wanting to do for a while. I see so many people doing the choosing my August reads with my TBR jar video, and I get jealous and I want to do it, and I just haven't made one so far, and now I think it's time for that to change. You already know what's up, you clicked on the video, but today I am making a TBR jar. Finally! I already wrote out a bunch of prompts. The grand total was 263. So we're gonna have a lot. Very quick intro. I just want to get into it. Let's go make a TBR jar. Wait, actually, first I want to show you what I'm gonna put all the prompts in. I didn't want to put them into, you know, like a little teeny tiny glass that I would have to, you know, fumble through. They fall all over the floor and everything. So I was looking around my house for something bigger, and hold on. And this was the only thing I could find. Oh, ow! Oh. I sat on a screwdriver. A little fun fact. I'm currently filming a video where should I tell you this? Should I say this? I got 3 new bookshelves, and so I'm doing like a big office organization, books reorganization thing. So I've got tools everywhere, and I just sat... Why am I so out of breath? I just sat on a screwdriver. Anyway, this was the only thing I could find in the house that was bigger than a glass, but smaller than nothing. This is not smaller than anything. This is just huge. And I was like, oh, this could be fun if I put all the prompts in this massive vase and like swirl them around and choose from there. But I feel like part of the fun of TBR jars is that you get to see the prompts in here and see them swirling around as you choose them. So I'm not doing this. Not doing this. I did, hold on. I raided my pantry and I found this guy. So instead of an actual TBR jar, we're gonna have like a big TBR box, bin, a TBR bin. So now let's go make our prompts. Okay, I've cut up all my paper. I didn't want to do white paper because that felt boring, and so I had, look at all that. I have green Post-it notes, and it is brat summer. So green is going to be the color of the majority of these little babies in here. I might have to cut up more because 263, this is going to take a minute for me to write down all these. If I was smart, I would have printed these, but listen, I am smart, but I'm also a fucking dumbass, so the two are not mutually exclusive. And also, I have a few little pink ones. I wanted them to be red, but I didn't have red Post-it notes. What could these be, you ask? What are these? What are these? These are punishment cards. So I came up with 253 regular prompts. Typical neutral, it's maybe a chaotic neutral. And then I came up with 10 punishment prompts. And I will be crying if I pull any of these out of there. I'll read. Am I gonna read off all 263 prompts? Oof. Yeah, you know what? I'll put a section in here where I read off all 263 prompts. I'll do it. So I'll tell you the punishment ones at the end, because they suck. And I'm really not looking, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. No one told me I had to do this. This is my own doing. But you need a little bit of pain sometimes. What? Okay, I'm gonna write on these now. Okay, that literally took like an hour and a half to do, but I now have, it does not look like a lot on here, but this is 252 good prompts, neutral prompts, and then I have 11 punishment prompts. I will read the prompts now. I'll put this on like 2 times speed so that it's not so that's not just hours of me doing this. I have the general genre prompts, sci-fi, horror, fantasy, romance, you know, it goes through all these, including YA, current favorite genre, random genre generators, that kind of stuff. I have all the colors, red cover, orange cover, blue cover, yada yada yada, and then like matches the color of your outfit. outfit, random color generator. For cover, has foliage, has an animal, has a bird, has a mammal, has a reptile, has water elements, has something celestial, moon, sun, stars, etc. Has food, has a city or a house, has a person, has 3 or more people, has just a hand, has just a face, has a cartoon, is illustrated, and those two are different. Brightest cover you own, ugly cover, pretty cover, a cover you personally hate but might not be considered ugly, title not written in black or white, cover is a photo, cover is nothing but words, different colored spine than the color the cover is, random object generator for the cover, setting, in Africa, in Asia, in Central or South America, in Australia, in Europe, in Antarctica, in a place that you haven't been to, in a place that you have been to, where you grew up, on another planet or in space, in a magical city, in the wilderness, near or in the water, set near you, feels seasonal, random place generator, and then for length, 1 to 100 pages, 101 to 200 pages, 200 and so on and so forth, and then closest to exactly 100 pages, closest to exactly 200 pages, and so on. Some of these overlap. I don't care. I just wanted as many as possible. I didn't want a TBR jar with like a handful of things in there. I want this to be stuffed full so that I'm rarely getting the same thing twice. Okay, odd number of pages, even number of pages, shortest book on TBR, most recent purchase, current year release, book I've had for over a year, book I've had for over 2 years, book I've had for over 5 years, book I purchased in blank with a random generator for the month and the year. Random generator number of pages, random wheel generator number of pages, which is kind of the same, but it's a different way to do it. Title has love in it, title has of, title has you, title has house or home, title has girl, woman, boy, man, person, anything like that. Title has a name, title is a place, title has a color, title is food or food related, animal in the title, nature in the title, starts with the, 1-word title, 2-word title, etc. Longest title, a title with no E's or O's in it. Title starts with a vowel. Title has a word with positive connotations. Title has a word with negative connotations. Title starts with, and then A through Z, a number in the title. The title starts with the first letter of the current month. Alliteration in the title. The blank of blank. And then a few random generator type of things. And then for the author. Author you've never read before. Author you've read before. Author you've loved before. Author's name starts with A through Z. A last name that you will mispronounce. A debut novel. An author who blurbed your favorite book. And then some random generators. For content. A book you know nothing about. Gay. Enemies to lovers. Physical exploration. Emotional exploration. Mental illness. A book that'll make you cry. A book that's related to water. A retelling. A book with a dog. A book with a lion. A book with an animal that is not a dog or a lion. Non-human characters only. Mythological creatures. Main character is a parent, so that I'm not just reading all like fantasy books about 18-year-old. Books with a really great first line, books with time travel, and then a few random plot generators. And then I have a category called outsourcing. Phone a friend, boyfriend picks, mom picks, sister, brother, dad picks, Egg, Murphy, Luna, Rosie pick, a recommendation from a booktuber, a book from a booktuber's TBR, a popular booktube book, a book that someone else got for you, the first book you see when you open Instagram or TikTok or Pinterest or YouTube. And then there's miscellaneous. Buy one off your wish list, a book you haven't heard people talk about, a book everyone is talking about, a book that's part of a series, a book that everyone but you has read, a book that has been adapted into a movie or a show, a book that you thrifted, a book that has a map, random number generator for shelves and books. 5-star prediction, book you got for free, book you got while traveling, Kindle book, Kindle Unlimited book, translated book, Goodreads award winner, random year generator, from your yearly TBR list, a hardcover, a paperback, a Goodreads rating over 4.3 stars, a Goodreads rating under 3.5 stars, highest Goodreads rating, lowest Goodreads rating, highest number of ratings on Goodreads, lowest number of ratings on Goodreads, a free choice, a standalone, a book you meant to read last year, a book you can read in one sitting, and then I did a mini scavenger hunt prompt where you pick up the last book that you read, you go to the page that corresponds with today's date, you phone a friend and ask them to pick a number based on the number of lines on that page, and then you find a book whose title has a word from that line. And then there are the 11 punishment papers. Punishment prompts. Those are scrap the whole list and start over. Reread. Because I'm not a rereader. This would be boring for me. A book you straight up don't want to read. A whole ass series. Scrap the list and read a whole ass series. Which those are, in my mind, those are two different things. Longest book on your TBR. The book you dread the most. Go to a bookstore and choose a book based only on the cover. Do not read the synopsis or any reviews. Over 500 pages. Read from an author I didn't like. And been on the TBR the longest. And that comes to 263 prompts. And that's a lot of prompts. Give me another few minutes. I'm gonna fold these bitches up and put them in our TBR bucket. Folding time. Punishment time. Okay, for this being 260 prompts, this looks like nothing. That's so crazy. So you heard all my prompts. If you can think of any prompts that I should add into here, I have so much space. Leave a comment below if you have any more ideas for me. And that includes punishment prompts. I only have 11 in here. They're already scary. But if you have more prompts, more punishment prompts that you want to see me put in here, let me know and I'll do it, no questions asked. I'll be scared of it, but I will. Or if you have nice prompts, just let me, anything you want me to put in here, I will. There's so much space, and so I want to fill this up more. You know what? I'm gonna look for stickers. This feels boring. I always have stickers around the house somewhere, so hold on. I found stickers, a good amount of stickers, but the most important one seems to be that I found fish stickers, which means this doesn't have to be like a TBR box, a TBR bin. We can make a TBR fish bowl. I'm gonna make a TBR fish bowl. Okay. We also have clouds, so sky fish bowl. Oh my god, the ring light. Can you see it now without the glare? Ignore the ring light glare. We now have a TBR jar fish bowl, a TBR fish bowl, a TBR fish tank. We have a TBR fish tank. And honestly, it's looking a little sparse. I think I need to get more fish stickers. I guess that's what I'm gonna be on the lookout for, fish stickers. I'm like too tempted. You know, I'm gonna do a practice poll. I'm gonna do a practice poll because I can't have this in front of me and like not try it out. I'm gonna pull three things just as an example for what could happen because I can't not try it out. Oh my god, this is so much fun. I can't wait to do this for real. Okay, so the first one would have been of course. The long, you're not gonna be able to read this. By the time I was getting to the end of writing these, because I wrote, 263 things out, my handwriting was getting atrocious. I was writing in shorthand, but I got the mini scavenger hunt one. So that would have been the first one. Second one would be set in Africa. Oh, and then I would have gotten to read Masquerade. Ah, okay. This just makes me so excited for September books. Third one would have been one with, oh my god, can you see it? Mythological creatures. Shit, I can't wait to actually do this for September. Okay. I'm ending it here. There's not really anything left to do. Thank you for being with me as I created my TBR fishbowl. I can't wait to use this. Again, if you have any suggestions for more prompts, just write them below. I'll throw them in here. I have like so many more post-its and so much more space. And also, if you know where to get good fish stickers, let me know, because there's like big gaps and I need more fish to put on my fishbowl. That's it. I'm yapping at this point because I'm too excited and I can't believe I have to wait like weeks to actually do this. Thank you for helping me create a TBR jar finally. That's all. Thank you for being here. If you can hear me, if you can read the subtitles, thank you so much for being here and I hope I see you again very soon. I love you.